day, viewers. You are back with us today on Holy Vibes. I hope you can catch the vibe. How are you, ladies?
We're fine.
You
We're
look
awesome.
stunning. You look
Thank
stunning.
you. Thank you.
We're fine. At least we didn't burn. I didn't burn dinner.
Okay. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Thank you.
Today's topic
And you're looking good yourself.
Okay, thank you.
Somebody is sending signals. They will give you another belly.
No.
You sure you don't want another? But the way you're looking.
My brother is really doing a good job.
Nah. That man is a man.
Look at that face.
Okay, ladies, today is not about me, but I appreciate the compliments.
Okay.
Today's topic, we are going to talk about affirmative words.
Yes.
What does affirmative words mean or do to you on your daily life, either in your relationship, your marriage life, or even with your children?
That's it.
So I want to know from you ladies, today, maybe you had a lovely day because maybe your husband told you you look beautiful, or you just had an off day because no one said anything to you.
Yeah.
So today I just want to hear your views
Yeah.
on why is it important for women, men, to say affirmative words to each other.
Okay. Do you want to?
Well, firstly, I would say affirmative words speak life to you. They make you feel good.
That's good.
So as a human being, we all rely can you imagine if you go through all the effort of dressing up and looking all pretty
And nobody says
anything?
looking good.
You're looking good. Just that word. It's simple, but it means a lot.
Yes.
So
I think it's an awesome thing to know that we have the capacity to speak words that can bring healing, strength to somebody.
yeah.
I mean, and words are powerful.
Yeah.
Proverbs 18:21 says, life and death is in the power of the tongue, which means that what you say can actually build somebody, and what you say
Or
can
destroy.
actually destroy somebody. So words of affirmative words are very, very important. For
Especially for
what?
us women.
It fosters friendship.
Especially for us women,
Yeah.
because, we go through a lot to look the way we look. And
Just
we
like
put
the
a lot of
way,
effort.
Lerato
So-
is looking.
so-
Exactly,
See
I
how
mean-
she's. I'm sure they told you.
You look miraculous.
Look, delicious. Don't say mama. She looks delicious. I'm very sure. Didn't Uncle say it?
No, unfortunately he didn't.
No, we are going to
He
call him.
must watch the show.
No,
Yeah.
no,
He
we'll
must
call
watch
him.
the
We'll
show.
give him a call. If he saw you leave
He
out,
must watch the show.
He must watch the show.
Yes.
That's it. So it's a good thing. What's about affirmative?
Like I was
Affirmative
saying,
words.
especially
Very
for us
good.
women, because a woman was created to be beautiful. So when you see something of beauty, you must appreciate it.
That's it.
So we want to speak to our husbands, our brothers, our men, to say, hey, say affirmative words. They build your wife. They build your sisters. They build...
Maybe let's break it down. What is the affirmative word?
I think
What
affirmative.
do we mean?
When we say
Maybe
affirmative
give me
words.
examples
Yeah.
of affirmative
When we
words.
say affirmative words, it's a word that you say to show your support, a word to bring hope. For instance, if your wife is doing something, or your husband is doing something, or let's say your spouse, when you say words of affirmative words to the person, like telling the person, oh, I'm with you, you're trying, you're doing well, keep going. That's a word to show that, yes, you support. Or what you're doing, I'm with you. You may not see me
you're
there
doing
every
well.
time, but baby, know that I'm with you. Or you're having a doubt. Maybe you're doubting the love that your spouse claim they have for you, and or you are doubting their commitment. Affirmative words can be used to clear such doubt. You say, baby, I love you, even if I don't say it every time. I love you, because sometimes you can say within you love the person, but you need to voice it out for the person to know, and it also helps to encourage.
It encourages.
Like
Also,
I was saying
when
something
you-
So
about.
can affirmative words be a language of love?
Yeah.
Affirmative words are a language of love.
It's
because
an individual, can be an individual's language of love, yeah.
Yes, it is. It
Yeah.
is a language of love.
Yeah.
Because what it does, it makes you feel good. And love makes you feel good. So if somebody says you have labored, you started chopping that chicken and slicing it, and that onion was making your eyes burn, and all these things, you labored for 2 hours making a meal, and then somebody just eats it and looks at you like this.
Throw away their eye for one corner.
Maybe it's not tasty.
Well, I mean, there are times when you just have to say a little bit what they call a white
White lie.
a white lie,
Is it
Yeah,
white
okay.
lie?
so that you encourage your wife, and then you will find a way to say, hey, next time just try and put a little bit extra salt.
No, even if she didn't eat it, it's your wife that
Yes.
cooked it. Because when
You
you
need the affirmation.
what just saying thank you for the meal, or maybe your wife woke up in the morning or your husband woke up in the morning, you said some nice words to the person like, oh, I'm so glad to be sleeping next to you. I'm glad that you are the person I ended up with. Do you know that that can boost the confidence of your spouse?
Of course.
I mean, you know what life can be. And then somebody is there telling you,
So
keep doing it, keep
do
going.
these ways of affirmativeness foster relationships?
It does.
Do they make a relationship to grow long, or
It does. It does, because the fact that you speak to me, that the couples speak to themselves, it will foster friendship between them. They feel, the other person feels free to talk, because he knows that this one too is a talking person.
Okay.
We talk at each other. It helps us. We communicate at each other. It's not that you're just there looking at me. I'm looking at
God
you.
himself taught us that, because we read in the Bible that he said, this is my beloved son, in whom I'm well pleased.
That's an affirmative word.
That's an affirmative.
Coming from God.
Coming from God's voice himself.
Words
He
are
didn't say,
powerful.
this is my useless son. He's trying to manage to do something down there.
That's demoralizing.
That is
You have destroyed somebody's. I mean, the truth is that if you can, okay, take for instance now, somebody who came out from who was molested growing up. Let's talk about the woman who was molested, and words were spoken against her, spoken at her, words that demoralized her spirit. And then she gets married, and she's also living with a man who is like, no words of affirmation. The man doesn't even say anything. She's thinking in her mind that, there's something wrong with me. If this one I'm married to too is not speaking saying anything to me, whether bad or whether good, it will make the person, but when somebody gets into the life of such a woman and begins to tell her, you are good, you're beautiful.
And words also
The person
bring life.
it brings, thank you, it brings life.
It brings life. It makes somebody glow.
That's
if you
true.
tell the person, a woman, you're beautiful, she didn't dress up for you to say it, but I mean, just hearing it, it doesn't hurt. So it brings joy. Say to your child, good job, my boy, you did very well. Just
That's
see
it.
the way
You
he
motivate the
will,
person's spirit.
But now, if a person keeps hearing negative words all the time, he starts believing that he's not good enough. He's not beautiful enough. There are women men use terrible words
to destroy.
so
terrible
ladies,
words.
let me ask you, at what time in a relationship must you hear these words? Maybe your spouse or your partner or your husband will tell you, no, man, you know that I love you. I told you when I met you the first time.
And then it
So,
expires.
So that's
maybe no, to him it didn't expire. It's still there. He
That
told
same word
you.
is enough.
Yeah, but I'm
You
saying
know,
that word
so
stop
at
there.
what time? At what time?
Every
Maybe
time.
you, even as a woman, you say, no, I told my husband at
That
that
is
time.
handsome.
Yeah.
It's
So
enough.
It
at
should
what
be a
time?
recurrent thing in a marital, even in a relationship where the both parties are believing God, they want to get married. It should be there. It should be something that you do. I know that it's not something that is easy for a lot of couples, but it's something that you
So it
must
should be constant.
deliberately.
It should be
It should be
constant.
constant.
And I personally believe men should do most of the confirmation,
Okay.
most of the affirmation, because they are the stronger.
Person.
Exactly. So if you find a man that will know how to encourage a woman, that will know how to speak life to his wife, you will find a very confident wife. You will find a
That's
wife
true.
that thinks, I've heard a man of God saying, any woman who is bigger than my wife is too big.
Okay.
Any woman who is smaller than my wife is
It's
too
too small,
small.
so she has to be in between.
My wife basically is the perfect size.
Yes.
But then you find a man who will tell the woman, once you are eating your chicken, he will already start looking at you like this.
You're eating too
Are you
much.
sure you are that chicken
So
is
I
not
think
gonna
with
add
what
to your weight?
with what we're saying.
So why is it like you are saying men should say it more?
Men
So
should say it more.
What about women? What about women? Do women have to say it, or they don't have to say it? They just take it for granted that no, I'm doing house chores, I'm always there, he knows.
No, the thing there is that both parties should say it, but I feel that what we're looking at, we're trying to see how important this is. We have tried to establish that it brings hope, it shows you support, it encourages your spouse. So if we're looking at the importance, it means that it shouldn't be a one-sided thing. But if we're going to look at it, just like Viola was saying now, that the man should do it more. The man should be the one to make the wife have more confidence and build the confidence of the wife. And what makes you think that men don't need words of affirmation more? I feel that
Women need it more.
I think men need it more.
Women need more affirmative words than men. Yes, they do need it, but us, we go through more effort. We put more. We're the ones who do a lot of stuff that needs,
Okay.
those encouraging
Hold
words.
that thought. Let's continue after this ad break. Welcome back to Holy Vibes. We are still on our topic, affirmative words in a relationship. Ladies, I want us to go back to that point, emphasize on that point.
Okay.
Who should say these affirmative words more in a relationship?
Is
it men or women?
I think women should. You know why?
I think men.
Women should. Let me tell you why. Research indicates that women in a day speaks over 20,000 words in a day. An average woman.
Wow.
But an average man speaks only 7,000 words in a day. So imagine if the woman can speak 20, then he should just give 100. You know what I'm saying? He should give 100. Let me tell you, men thrive on words.
Yeah.
There is nothing that makes the ego of a man bounce like when his wife said, nah. You are the authentic, correct man. I am so glad that you married me. Of all the fishes in the ocean, you decided to choose me. Nah, I'm so blessed to have you. You don't know what that means to that man. The man is going out, even if the boss is working with said any foolish or said any words to put him down, he will just remember what his wife said. You are the best man. You are the correct, the authentic man.
But the Bible says he who finds a wife finds a good thing.
Okay.
Now, let's look at how does the man find the wife.
Do you know, let me tell
For
you.
a man to find the wife, he uses words to lure you to himself, isn't it?
Viola,
Because
go and ask your
without those sweet words, you're not going to talk to me.
Go and ask your
And they
husband.
even change accents. Oh.
Yes.
No, go and ask your
They are
husband.
no longer Ejike, they are
People
Ejai.
know Viola, go and ask Mr. Wandike. How long did it take him? You know, do you know how much he was practicing the words that he will speak to you?
In front of the
How
mirror.
let me tell you, women are more expressive than men.
Yes.
If you see,
But we need them to be more expressive.
when you are about to sleep tonight, please ask Oga. Say, how did you manage? The man may have been looking at you since. He's building this confidence, pushing. Then today we sit down and say, this is what I will tell her when I see her. Viola, like the way you look. I love you.
Like
They
the
say,
sun
no,
and
no.
the moon.
No, you say, no, let's go. Let's
And you even find an accent.
I think I can you be mine? They'll say, no, can you be mine is too direct. Okay. I've been looking
But
at
that
you.
is what attracted me to the man.
He is to let you know.
So whether he practiced it long, whether it took him long, but that's what made me go into the relationship because he told me.
But
he
it took him a while.
Anybody
It took
as
him time
beautiful.
to say it.
He must
But
also
you know,
practice it in
but
the
with the
relationship.
woman, it's very easy. You know, it's easy for a woman. A woman can be saying, I love you, I love you, I love you to the husband. And the man doesn't say it. That's because some men, aside from the fact that many men have ego problem, that they're like, no, I mustn't let her know that I love her too much. That is why you as a woman, take it upon yourself. Sow that seed of saying, I appreciate you, I love you. And even when there is an issue in the house that you know you were not wrong, just because you want peace, say it because you are the one that, if you can speak 20,000 words in a day.
But even if he speaks that 7,000.
So, but in that 7,000,
a woman thrives on affirmative words.
I know that women thrive
You
on that.
understand?
The same way.
As a woman, your confidence is built a lot by affirmative words. We have a lot of issues. We go through childbirth.
Okay.
This body was not like this when Oga or
been chase you or marry you.
It was not like this. I remember even my uncle said, "See that figure, right?
Keep it.
Gone.
Now, after all the children and everything, so you still need that affirmation that you are still the beautiful girl that I met 20 years ago.
Okay.
You are still that, no matter the children have, after breastfeeding, after childbearing, everything starts going to...
The same way you feel that the man should be the one saying it. It's the same way that man is. Let me tell you the truth.
Okay, let me ask you.
Men want
whose body gets...
it is a woman's body, no doubt about that. It is a woman's body. But the truth there is that because the man finds it very difficult to say. Sometimes, if you're a woman that always say affirmative words to your husband, you can actually get that man to talk to you.
But
because we have issues today.
Maybe let's say it in that way. Maybe the men at times, maybe they don't want to talk.
But you can make the man talk.
Maybe the man has a way to show it, to tell you, babes, you still look good.
But even
without saying it.
Yeah, without
words
saying it.
Words have power. We want to hear the word.
Okay.
We want to hear that.
But when you start, you can initiate it.
Food.
Women should be the one to initiate
chicken
it.
you roasted. Don't compare it to your mother's chicken.
Okay.
Thank you.
So you should be able to. The man should say thank you for the chicken that you didn't cook well.
Because his taste, when a child grows up, he's used to his mother's food up until a certain age. You just come after 2 years, and now when he tastes something, it's already in comparison to the mom. So you as a husband, even if your wife is still trying, especially it happens a lot with
intertribal marriage.
Intertribal marriage.
Okay.
Marriage. Because our taste, our food, for example, South African food, Nigerian food, completely different. Completely different taste. Now you as a woman, you are trying to do a goosey soup.
And it's not working.
And
Okay, you are trying, but what of the man?
You do the chicken with your spices.
Okay.
And he's used to it in a different way. So until you learn to...
The man should just be telling you, you try, you do well. Yeah. So what about the man? Whose responsibility
is it now?
Is for him to take care of your family, to take care of you and the family, take care of your children. He goes out to work, he has a very rough day, and he's coming back. Do you know what was going through that man's mind? Sometimes just that little word, the woman says, my husband, welcome. How was your day?
Yes,
you look a bit tired. Okay, come and sit down. Don't worry. That word is enough. Even if the man's spirit was dying, it will just revive. So women, especially women who are, maybe you're not doing anything for now, you are just at home, you're taking care of the home. Initiative, be the one to be saying it. It has to be a seed that you're sowing. But many women are married to men who don't talk. I'm sure you know that. Yes. Who do not talk. They can even come home and the next thing they go on their phone. They feel even safer with the phone. Imagine if a man is working in a company with one sissy that is always saying, I like your tie. I like your tie. Okay. I like your smell. He's hearing it outside. But you that you are inside, you are not saying it because
but you just mentioned,
he should be the one saying it.
Yes, you mentioned
before
a very important point now.
Yes.
That another sissy is
can be doing it.
It's the same thing even in women. Another man can be complimenting your wife, whilst you as a man, you are quiet.
But it's not common. It's not common with men.
It is mostly common with women. No, it is mostly common with women. Like you see me now. I don't know how many comments did I get just to get here alone. And then at home, when
are you telling us there were some uncle? Are you saying that there were some uncle who were visited? But let me tell you the truth.
So as much as you say men need it, women need it, but let there be a balance. Maybe that's what we need to say. Let there be a balance in a relationship in terms of affirmative words.
I agree.
Let us not be saying, okay, because this one speaks 20,000, this one speaks 7,000. So
why I'm saying it's just to let you know that men, if a man, compare 20,000 to 7,000, it shows truly that men are not very expressive. They can even love you. They can love you, but they don't love you. But the truth is that people thrive well in an environment where affirmative words flow. If you are always around, maybe for instance, the man is working in an office with beautiful ladies once in a while, just to say, I like your smell. I like. You know that man can even want to be in that office around those ladies because it's going on to a woman who will not even say anything. Welcome. How was your work
as a wife,
today?
you are aware that this man is in an office surrounded by all those beautiful women, while you, the baby has been puking on your shoulder. You carrying this one and whatever. You're at home. Him, he's surrounded by beautiful perfume, nice hair, right? You have managed just to tie something so that you are busy raising little babies
children
in the house, and you are aware that the sisters are there. You need that affirmation that no matter I'm surrounded by them, they don't mean anything. It doesn't matter. You are still the most beautiful.
So you are saying
still the most
But
important.
so are you now saying the woman shouldn't even bother just because she's
I'm
taking
not
for
saying
the
you
children,
don't bother.
and you are like my children
I'm
are
not
busy
saying
cooking.
don't look like
If you
Maria
like,
Amaka.
if you
I'm
like, look
saying-
like Mbeke. You can be looking like Mbeke. If the man is even tired of the fact, you know, men. There are some men who would marry just like you're saying, who know their wife has turned from the sissy, the beautiful, elegant woman they met. They met.
You're not saying that.
Suddenly becoming Maria Amaka, like you said. But the man will never tell you are looking like Maria Amaka. Do you know why? He doesn't want to hurt your feeling.
But
He
how
loves
does
you.
Mary Amaka look? Let's give our audience an understanding now of
No,
Mary
no.
Amaka. How does
Mary
Mary Amaka or
Amaka-
Mbeke? How do you?
Mbeke is a high pencil.
Okay.
Can be like this.
No, if the pencil is there.
But at least it's there. The pencil is there.
No, if the pencil is there.
truth-
No, we're talking
the
about.
truth is-
Listen to this.
Just not a woman that doesn't take care of herself.
You are facing a situation where your husband goes out and you will meet a beautiful woman every day. You also, as a woman, obviously, you need to try and up your game. So that when he comes home, he doesn't meet auntie, and he was meeting all these
My
beautiful
grandmother.
girls. Exactly. And you know the girls can slay
Yes.
out there. So you as a woman, even if you have children, yes, I'm saying you will try and, up your game a little bit, put a bit of makeup, try and, make yourself look presentable. So
But
that when your
the
husband
truth
comes home-
there is that the truth there is that whether I am looking like Mbeke
Mary Amaka or
or
Mbeke.
Mary Amaka or grandmother, what am I saying? Because remember we said words are powerful.
No, but
Yes,
Words
we
left
said
to do.
words
now
are
let's look
powerful,
at
you know.
Proverbs 14, verse 1 says, a wise woman builds her home.
Yes.
Why did the Bible say a woman should build her home? That's to let you know that God has entrusted you as a woman to build. He has entrusted. You are not building a house, so it's not a physical. When they say build a home, you are to build your husband. You are to build your children. And remember, for every building, there has to be a foundation. What do you think that foundation
But who
is?
lays the
that
foundation?
that godly precept is laid by you, the woman, because you are the one building the house. It is you.
The man who is the head of the house builds the foundation of the house. He's the one who sets the atmosphere in the
Yes,
house.
as the priest
Now,
of the
if
house,
the
I
man
understand.
is very grumpy, he doesn't talk, he's very rude. That is how the house will feel.
No, but a woman has the power to change
I'm not
it.
saying that's
Let me
right.
let you
But
know.
what I'm saying
The
is
woman has the power to change
the
that.
role of the foundation of the house is in the man, because he's the one who starts. That's why the Bible says you cannot be a
Okay, but if
pastor
you're
you
saying
can't
this,
manage your household.
if you're saying this,
Did
if
the
you're
Bible-
saying the
let me
man
ask
is the
you,
one to
did
lay.
the Bible says a woman, doesn't the Bible say the man must learn how to manage his household?
Yes.
Definitely,
And it
the
also
man is-
says
but
a
what?
man
But the
should
responsibility.
love their wives.
Yes, the responsibility.
And love,
the Bible
love
clearly
is-
tells us that woman, it is
Just
your
submit.
job. Yes,
Man,
submit.
love.
Man, love. It is
Woman,
your job
submit.
to build your home. Now, let me let you in. God has entrusted a man into your hand. There are so many women who remember. Like
God
we said,
has entrusted a man
that man into your
my
hand as a
hands.
woman.
No,
Your
no.
job is to
God
do
has
or build
brought
that
me
man.
to help this man. So this
Yes,
man must
I'm
compliment
saying-
me.
I am still saying the
For
same
all
thing.
my effort.
I am still saying the
Yes.
same thing. God has brought the man into your hand, or God brought you into the man's hand. At the end of the day, what was the job of the woman? What was the job of Eve? Why was Eve created? To be what? A helpmeet.
To
A helpmeet
help,
in
yes.
Okay, let me ask you
in
this.
every sense of it. That your words are very powerful. Because let me just finish. Your words are very powerful. Like I said, if a man comes back, he's demoralized from where he's coming from.
if Affirmative
Are you
words-
expecting the same man to tell you, oh, Nne, you have done so well, you kept the house? He's tired, his mind is blocked out. What he needs from you is to say, how was work today?
My
I hope all
question
went
to you-
well.
my question
That's what
to
the
you,
man
listen,
wants to
listen.
hear. He doesn't
My
want to see a
question-
woman who
we're
is
talking
busy
about affirmative
doing like,
words.
he didn't say anything.
We're talking about affirmative words. Yes. Why did God make a woman beautiful?
So that the woman will
men-
look at her. He
men-
knows
so that
men.
men would
Men,
admire
my dear,
them.
men are moved by what they see.
Okay, why do men bring flowers? Why
Men
do
are
bring
moved by
flowers?
what they see. That's
Because
why.
flowers are
That was
created to be
why
beautiful. Listen,
women was created beautiful.
flowers are
That's-
beautiful. That is why they bring flower. So a woman is a flower. Do you see a flower and not appreciate?
Depends.
Do you see a flower
It
and
depends
just-
on the kind of flower.
Or do you see a flower and you don't water it?
I don't mean a
A
vegetable.
beautiful flower
I mean
that
a
is
flower.
not
I mean a
watered.
rose.
No, there are some
Sunflower.
flowers. There are some flowers that are not. Let me tell you, men are moved by sight. You know, men are very logical. This
So
thing that
that
you're saying
sight
that a
must
man
move
should
you
be
to
doing,
give
a
compliments.
man may never do it, may never say it to
You
you.
are- a woman is
Men
a
are very,
flower. A flower
men are
needs to
very,
be appreciated.
men are logical
A
people.
flower needs to be praised.
Women are more emotional. And when we
Ah.
talk about you being more emotional, it means that you are with your feeling. You are in touch with your feeling, and because
Let
you are in
me
touch with
tell
your
you.
feeling, you can freely
Let me tell you.
hug your husband and say, honey, I love you. You can freely say, I appreciate you. It's easy. It comes. You are talking. See, let me tell you, when you talk
When
about
I say
why a woman was
affirmative
saying, it's
words,
attractive, or it's for
listen.
men. It's for men to see the woman that is
Men
beautiful.
affirmative words are important to them, but a woman, affirmative word builds a woman.
Okay.
Because you were
It's good,
created
I
a
understand.
flower. I said it. You were created beautiful. You dress up. You put makeup. You put beautiful hair. For what? For you to be appreciated. So those affirmative words are needed.
I needed. No, it's
It
very.
is like
I know it's very
breathing
important,
air.
but
So
I'm trying
if
to
a
let
woman-
you know.
That is why other men who abuse women, they use the words to bring the
It's
woman
words
down.
now. It's only
yes.
words that you can use to
So,
build or
It's not
destroy.
easy. There's more cases of men who abuse women with words
Verbally,
than
yes.
men who abuse women
With hitting.
Viola, don't talk this. Have you heard when a woman is calling the husband Osu?
Because there are women.
Onyara.
The woman. What did the
A
men call
woman's
them?
mouth is
Useless
very-
man.
Useless man. Look at you. See, can't you see your mates? Is this what your mate give to their wife?
No, the woman
This
is trying to
nonsense-
charge the men.
me
It's
So
trying to
it's
charge
not-
the
if
men.
if you can call your husband a ghost,
let me ask
a
you.
dead body,
Let me ask
you
you.
can also use that word because no, women are more talkative.
let me ask you.
You
If-
see two of us how we are
if-
talking
if-
cha cha
if
cha.
a woman-
If it was a man's show, the man would they would just be looking at you, be doing like this. Okay.
Now let me ask you. For a woman to start calling that man like that, do you think it's easy? Is it possible for a man to say my beautiful wife and the woman answers foolish man just after
No,
that?
it has.
Ask me what
Well,
did
it has
what
happened before.
began?
No, it
What
has
began?
happened before.
You
Because
teach-
what is in the woman's mind is not even that.
Because she's not being given.
Okay, look at it. Look at for
beautiful
instance.
words.
Yeah.
What
Now,
she ends up doing is venting
no,
out.
for instance
She'll
now.
be venting out.
For instance now, we talked about that word affirmative word can be a love language of
Yes.
of an individual. So it is important that you know the love language of your spouse. But even though the love language of your spouse is not affirmative words, you must always use that affirmative word at every given time. Now,
So
for
let
you
me,
to know,
let me ask you something now. You said men need affirmative words more. And what
Than
about
women.
women? Because
No,
there's
it's women.
relationships where men hardly say anything.
that's why
Like you
as a woman, sow a
said, you
seed.
said
It's
men
like
sow the seed.
like
It's
you
like I
said,
have
men
gotten the
don't
wife,
speak.
Now I'm done. I've achieved.
Yeah,
it's
like
not
you
for you
said,
to
they
walk.
don't
It's not for you to
express
walk.
themselves. They don't express themselves that much. So in a relationship where even if the wife is trying, to charge this man up with these affirmative words, the man is not saying anything. Are you now saying these women
The same
should
men-
just accept that?
The same
It's
men
like
who,
that.
who lured you with sweet words at the beginning. What happened to those sweet words?
The
Do
thing
they
there is that-
expire?
Okay,
We'll
hold
come back.
that
No,
thought.
no, it's fine.
Come
It's
back.
fine.
We'll come
Today,
back.
not today. We know the truth.
Hold that thought. Let's take a short break. Welcome back. You are still with us on Holy Vibes. I hope you are catching on those vibes. The topic is very, very hot. So
Hotter
at the
than
moment
fire.
now, very hot than
Hotter
fire.
than fire.
Yes. Now we want to concentrate on the positive and the negative of these affirmative words. What does the positive affirmative words do in a relationship or to an individual, or to both husband and wife? Ladies, what can you tell me?
The negative effects, a woman who is not appreciated, it's like a flower that is not watered.
Okay.
What happens? It begins to wither. So if you are married to a man who is not speaking life over you, who is not appreciating you, I've had women who would cry and said, the look my husband gives me when I walk in is like,
That is why I say, as a woman,
because and the next thing they will
feed.
tell you, he forgets that you gave birth to 5 beautiful children or 4 beautiful children, and now he's comparing you to a 25-year-old. It is impossible. When that 25-year-old, you are forgetting that I used to look like that, even better. But now you are comparing me to somebody like that. So I've had women who would cry because the man treats them like a piece of cloth. Because
Score up.
Exactly, score up because they look now a certain way.
No, the
So
same-
those
the same
effects
way.
bring down the woman.
I know.
It brings the atmosphere in the house bad. It will even give birth to you calling him whatever names because you are not receiving. Whatever you receive, you are able to
Bring
give.
out.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Out of the...
Okay. I get you, but the truth is that the same way the woman needs words of affirmation is the same way the man. Remember that if you as a woman have been given the ability, and God has entrusted you with your family, even the same way words of affirmation is important for our children, you have been given that capacity. It's you, the woman, that has been given the power to speak, to say, even Eve, we saw Eve, she started relating with the animals. That was how she was, because she has that ability to relate with people. So use it. So be the one to sow the seed. Even if you're married to a man that doesn't speak, sow the seed, cultivate the seed. One day it will yield. Definitely. Because that man may be coming from a home where nobody, he never saw the father call the mother, my beautiful wife. He never saw it, so he had nobody to learn from. So when you come in, because you have that capacity, you are a worded person, you can speak. Speak it. Keep saying it. Before you know it, that man will learn it. Just like we're saying the negative. A man, if a man is not, I said it before and I'll keep saying it, men thrive with words. That's why it's easy for a 80-something years old man to be cajoled by a 20-years-old girl just because the 20-years-old girl say, Daddy, I love your big stomach. And before you know it, the man is feeling comfortable.
Good.
My own wife doesn't appreciate my big stomach.
The ego is boosted.
What are you saying? The man is walking like, before you know it, he start thinking. He's looking at you. He came home to you because you feel he's not saying words to you. You are grumbling, your face is like this. And he said, with when a 25-years-old girl was rubbing my stomach and appreciating my stomach, you better wake up. It helps. It will help your husband. It will help your husband. It will boost his ego. It will make him feel like the man of the house. He's in charge. And it will make you feel that the woman cares and appreciates him.
With his
because
one
it's
stack.
very,
With his one
with his
stack.
One peg.
Yes. So if you are saying
One
you must
pack.
appreciate the one stack, also appreciate my layers. Huh?
Yeah.
Multiply.
I'm a tire.
Tires. Yes.
Okay, you call it the tire.
Appreciate them.
It's true. It's important because words of appreciative words.
builds,
Imagine
it
if you
builds.
send imagine now your husband before he leaves the house. You
But
send a
what my
text
point
message.
is in this whole thing, you as the man, you must be the one. When Adam saw Eve, the Bible says, he's the
said,
one who
"Wow."
saw Eve first. He said what?
Wow.
He said, wow. We need that wow every day. You know?
So
God's message are you every morning.
If only Eve,
Even
if
wow must be
if
there every
only
morning.
Eve was following, if only Eve was following Adam everywhere he was going and say, correct, sir, you are doing a good job. Keep pushing. What did that animal say? What do you want me to do? At least with that, there will be no room for her to be talking to the animals.
What I'm saying, men appreciate that you have a flower. A flower needs to be watered every day
Oyo.
for it to blossom.
Okay.
I need to blossom.
So what do you say about respect in these affirmative ways? Do they build respect in a relationship, in a home?
It builds love.
What
It
do they
builds love.
build?
It builds love. It builds respect. It builds harmony. It creates a certain
So
atmosphere
you
in the
are
house.
saying women respect more because they are being
No, both
told
people
good
should
things.
both parties should respect more.
Yes.
But the truth, remember, the fact that the man is in charge, you can respect your spouse but not say it. Okay. So if, for instance, a man comes home and or maybe a man is talking to his wife and she's busy chatting on the phone. You truly respect the man, no doubt. But the fact that you couldn't even turn to tell him that, please, honey, let me just quickly wrap up what I'm doing on the phone, shows that the person can feel it, that this person lacks respect because I'm talking to her and she's busy on her phone or she's chatting away. But you turning to him to say, honey, just give me a minute. Let me wrap up what I'm doing. Shows it that, wow, this woman at least respects my feeling. You understand? So it's very important. Words of affirmation actually expresses the fact that truly you respect it. Imagine sending a text. Let's keep looking at this important and how the positive aspect of it. If after a man has had a very rough first 2 hours of the day in the office, and then he opens his phone and he got a message from his wife saying, honey, I know it's very hard at the office. I know things can be a bit rough, but know this, that you've got what it takes to get there. You are strong. Oh, Lord. If the man was tired,
He will get strength.
the spirit will come alive.
So in total,
To
it's
go
more
another
about
5
the
hours.
men. What about the women? Women also need that message. Women also need that
women
encouragement.
There's no doubt about that. But I'm trying
But
to
what I'm
let
trying to
Viola
say-
know
what I'm trying
women
to say-
should do it more.
No, what I'm trying to say is men should do it more.
Okay.
Because
You
women,
think so?
No, definitely.
Okay.
Because women do need.
I beg to disagree.
I beg to disagree also. Because what I'm saying is affirmative words for us women. We are created as a species that is meant to be.
You just want to hear word.
No, we are created in beauty.
to
We are
hear.
created a bit. We are a bit more fragile in terms of.
So a man who is not given to talk, just like we've said that there are some men who are just,
What
the
I'm
first day
saying
they
is,
told you I love you.
For him to marry
is
you,
last,
God, God has given them the
you.
words. Let
Yes.
them use it. Because if it was not needed for him to get a wife, God would have said, somehow you will meet on the road and look at each other like this, and then God will speak.
So,
and
but
say,
what if the man is not doing it? Who should do it? If the man is not doing it, should two of you just sit and not do it?
But he must do it.
But if he's not doing it, shouldn't the woman take up the initiative
Yeah.
and start doing it?
Of course, you need to teach him.
Yeah,
you
now.
will teach him if he doesn't do it. But what I'm saying is he needs to do it every time.
Because we are
don't
more
assume.
because we are more expressive in nature.
But
The
don't
the
assume
reason
that
why
the
we're
wife
more
knows.
expressive in nature, remember the woman, they are the ones who stay more with the children. And for you to train a child, it involves talking, correcting. When you are correcting, it involves what? Talking. Whatever
But you
you're
know what?
doing,
Let
it
me
involves
tell you
talking.
this.
So the women, a man
Listen,
can come and see
if
a
you affirm
child doing
your wife-
something and just say, you this child. But the woman will say, hey, stop it. So
No,
the
listen
women
to
are
this.
more
Listen
expressive.
to
They
this.
should say it more.
If you sow that seed of affirmation in your wife, she will also take it over to the children.
Okay.
Because she's very happy. The husband is appreciating. She's a happy woman. And the fellow sisters call her blessed. Because
Yeah,
she has
she's
love.
she's always-
her husband is always telling her how
Like that pastor that
And
say,
then
if
what
your wife
happens?
is fatter
she
than
will,
mine.
she
Yes.
will now take it through to the children. Because when daddy comes in and says, oh, my wife, what a beautiful meal. And then the children hear it. They'll say, yes, daddy, yes, mommy, thank you so much. The meal was delicious. They are learning. And then what you carry, you will start releasing it over the children.
Okay.
You're not going to call them useless children because now the father is not saying anything good. You start.
You have your point. I have my point. So let those who are
Give
here
me
take
the
notes.
negative. I just want to know the negative. If you are not getting these ways,
You are destroying your home.
completely,
You are
tell me
destroying.
the
Yeah,
You're destroying
you
somebody's-
are destroying. Yeah, you're destroying. Either you're destroying the woman or you are destroying the man.
You're destroying the marriage.
And you at the end of the day, you destroy your family.
Words are important. That's why when the enemy comes to attack a marriage, he will attack communication. Because when there's no talking, he knows
That's it.
that something will. When you are quiet, it doesn't mean the mind is not working. Everybody is thinking and cooking up all kinds of things in their
And
mind.
then they release it.
And once they
The
release
day
it
that
comes
they
out,
feel like it has, the cup is
Yes,
full.
that's
You
why
let's
the
say your
Bible
cup
says
is
don't allow-
full. Your cup is full. Let me give it to you today.
Exactly.
And then you
let
start
the sun
hearing
go down
words.
in anger, because that is toxic. It's an acid that will eat at your marriage. So if you feel that you are married and there's no joy in your house, try affirmative words.
Start using
Try
affirmative words.
encouraging each other. Try speaking to each other.
That's true.
Try telling your husband that no matter he has 5 rand and you have 5,000, honey, you are trying.
You are still in charge. You're
Keep
still the
working
one.
hard.
That's true.
You are getting there. You understand? And so if you keep affirming each other like that, tell your wife she's beautiful. Women, beauty is very important. Because I say it again, tell your wife she cooks very well. You know, she tried, even if the rice is burnt 10 times out of 20. Tell her.
Viola, let us tell ourselves the truth. How can the man be eating a burnt rice? First, second, third.
You must manage the rice
The truth
now.
must be told.
manage the
So
rice.
you cannot cook the food, at least know how to talk. You should even be the one. Didn't you eat the rice? You should be the one say, honey, I made a meal. You see, when you asked me how was your day, I told you at least I didn't burn the food today.
Yes.
So it was a good day.
It was a good
so
day.
you be the one to tell the man, uncle, darling, sorry, I made a mistake. Oh, this food, but manage it.
And then how will he respond? That's the thing.
That's it. But the truth there, that like what you're saying, let me just further stress it.
But if there's respect,
It can be very difficult. It can be very difficult even for both parties. Because when we look at the word, even women have ego. We say the man does not want anything to tamper with his ego. The same way a man has ego, a woman has ego too. But it takes humility. The moment someone starts saying it, that's why I say, if men are not very expressive, so women should take over and start doing it. Because it takes humility for you to be able to open your mouth to say, thank you, sir. Because there are so many examples of words. You may not have a lot on your vocabulary.
Yes, on your vocabulary.
But simple words like
Simple
I'm
words.
sorry, simple words that I love you, simple words like
They
I
build a
appreciate
home.
you, you are the best.
Empathize with the person.
That's it. So it can boost the spirit and lift the spirit
There
of
are
a
men
person.
who will enter their house after 10 p.m. because of your words. Because once they come home, they enter
Bullet.
sword. You understand? So if the man knows that once I come home, I will find a nice atmosphere. My wife will ask me, how was your day?
They and all that.
Will ask me all the wonderful words and tell me words that will uplift me. Even if I had a bad day because my boss is horrible, but if I come home, my wife will say wonderful words. Or once my husband walks in, I know of a friend of mine, once the husband, the children can hear the car at the parking. Once the car parks, they all run to their room and all pretend to be sleeping. Why?
Because they don't want the man
Because
to
once
the first
daddy
thing the man
comes in,
says
he comes in with
nonsense. Who kept this?
Negative
Negative
words.
words.
Who said
Comes
this?
in-
Who did this?
Exactly. What kind of thing is this? I thought you understand.
And words can also help to create a good atmosphere in your
It's
home.
a home.
A home where there is affirmative words, a home where there's motivational word. Such a home is a peaceful home because
a loving
daddy is
home.
speaking to the child with love, appreciating and motivating the child. Is speaking to mommy well, and mommy also is doing the same thing to daddy. Such a home, you find that the atmosphere will always
Warm.
be peaceful
Yeah.
and warm. We understand that, we know that the devil can strike at any given time, but we have a job as a couple. You have a job to work on your marriage.
Yeah.
As a woman, your job is to build your home, build those people that God has entrusted in you, and build your children, build your husband. And the best way, the only thing you can use are those words, your prayer, your words
And
of
the words
encouragement that you give to them can really, it's what you need to build your home.
And if we go into the word, the Bible says in the beginning was the word.
That's the word. Words
Word
are
is
powerful.
power. Word creates.
That's
Words build. So as married couple, and I still say the man, try and speak life.
And
try
I still
speak beauty.
And I
try
still
and
say to the
encourage.
women, try also to speak
Yeah.
words of encouragement to your man. If he is not doing it, sow the seed.
Okay.
Cultivate
Thank
the
you,
seed.
ladies.
Make sure you tell your wife she is beautiful. If she has put makeup, tell her, my wife, you look miraculously
If she's
beautiful
wearing
today.
Brazilian weaver.
Thank you
Yes.
very much to our listeners for joining us during this topic. We have all heard, women, men, we all have a job to build and work on our marriages. Affirmative words are very important to build a relationship. Respect, admire, and love each other. Thank you.